First there was VHS, grainy, low quality, tracking issues. Then when it seemed things couldn't get any better, we got DVD, digital video, quickly appearing on shelves across the entire planet. Then we heard rumors. Scream Factory was releasing a new collector's edition Blu-ray that would restore its 80 beauty. Restore it? Why? I like the low quality. I like the tracking issues. I like VHS! Kidding, actually. This Blu-ray is awesome and so sweet looking.
Hey everyone, today's review is for Scream Factory's Cyborg release, collector's edition release on Blu-ray. I am honoring the film by wearing my awesome futuristic glasses. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any that looked exactly like Fender's, so I stole my wife's glasses instead. Yes, very beautiful looking. Don't tell her I took them. Anyway, so the Blu-ray release, Cyborg. I have grown up watching Cyborg so many times. So, I lost count. I have the comic, which is somewhere in this house, and I really want to find it. It probably ranks as one of my favorite Jean Claude Van Damme films. I know there's a lot of hate for it, maybe, but it has a cult status. It definitely has a cult status. It's 30 years old. It's 30 years on, and people are still talking about it, and I still love the hell out of it. If you haven't seen the film, there is a lot of history behind it. It's a canon release. It's one of their last theatrical releases. Originally, they were going to shoot a sequel to Masters of the Universe and also a Spider-Man movie. So they built the sets. They built a whole bunch of money into the in the pre-production, and then they lost the rights to it, and they were stuck with these sets and costumes. So what would they do? The director Albert Puyan. Anyway, he wrote and directed he wrote the script for Cyborg, and he was like, we'll recoup some of the money we lost by building all these sets by reusing them and reusing the costumes. Hence, the movie. Originally, it was going to be about a what was it? It's like a soldier. I can't remember exactly what it was. God, I can't think of the name of what it would be. A guard. Anyway, it was going to be Chuck Norris, and he was going to be trying to get from New York back home to Atlanta because he's in a post-apocalyptic setting, and he wants to see if his family's fine. But the powers that be wanted to cast Jean Claude Van Damme because his Bloodsport movie took off and made really big bucks. So Albert was like, okay, well, I'll rewrite the role into Jean Claude Van Damme. It doesn't really make sense for him to be an American soldier. So I'll do some backstory on why he's in there. None of that actually exists in this cut of the film. There actually is a director's cut of the film. It's called Slinger. And that is Albert's version of how he wanted the events of the movie to fold out. I haven't seen it, but I'd love to check it out. Unfortunately, it's not included on the Blu-ray. I know a lot of people are disappointed with that. But no, the one that's on the Blu-ray is the original 1989 release of Cyborg, the Jean Claude Van Damme edited version of the awesome martial arts futuristic Cyborg film. So the film follows Jean Claude Van Damme as Gibson, who runs into a cyborg lady, Pearl, and he is trying to take her. Well, it's not that he's trying to take her, he just kind of runs into her, and she needs to get to Atlanta because she has the cure inside her cyborg brain that could cure the plague. And Fender, who's the main bad guy, who's played by Vincent Klein, who is awesome in this movie. He's so awesome. He loves the world. He loves how it is. He doesn't want the plague to be ended. He just wants to rule over the death and madness. So he kidnaps Pearl. He's going to take her to Atlanta, and he's going to get the cure for himself, and then he could be a god. Of course, Jean Claude Van Damme, with his glistening muscles, is not going to have any of that. He actually wants to kill Fender because Fender met him previously and kind of did some bad things that have made Jean Claude Van Damme's Gibson character want to seek out revenge. There's also the girl in it whose name I can't remember. What was her name? I think it's Deborah Richter, but is it Deborah Richter? Yeah, because Dale Hayden is the Pearl. I can't remember her name, but it's the main girl. It's the girl that goes along with Jean Claude Van Damme on his adventure. She's pretty hot, and yeah, so it's just basically action scene after action scene with a really cool soundtrack that kind of mixes some kind, not like kind of western, but martial arts, like samurai Ronin type film, because he's a slinger, so like a gunslinger, kind of walking into town with his like gun and swords. So it's really cool. Yeah, I can't talk any more positive about Cyborg, because I can't say anything negative about it, because I love the damn movie. I absolutely love it. I just so love it. I mean, I don't know why. The acting is terrible. More often than not, you cannot make out what Jean Claude Van Damme is saying in this movie at all. He has such a French accent. I don't know if he's swearing. I don't know if he's saying some other word. No idea. There is numerous ADR in this film because they recut it and they needed to change the dialogue. So there's a lot of like voiceover with the person's back facing the camera. Like I said, the acting is bad. The script it's very basic. But I don't know. I don't know what I love about this movie. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So, of course, I'm going to recommend buying this damn Blu-ray. Yeah, this could be a bare bones release and I would still say go ahead and get it. So, as for the Blu-ray, it does include a new 2K scan of the interpositive, and it is awesome looking. Like, it blew me away. I know there's other Blu-ray releases out there already of this. There actually is I think it's German. I think there's a German release of the Slinger cut, director's cut. But the other Blu-ray versions, I've looked at some screen grabs. They look pretty good. I haven't compared this 2K cut to those, but I'll slap up some screenshots of the 2K cut. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do a couple screen grabs taken from the Blu-ray provided by Show Factory, Screen Factory. So there they are. There. So those are some of the screen grabs from it. You can tell that it's actually pretty good. Hopefully you click on HD and 1080p so you can actually see the quality of them. I think it looks amazing. I think it sounds awesome. It has English DTS HD Master Audio stereo, so it's 2.0. There's no 5.1 or any of that crap. It's true stereo. As for the special features in it, there are new interviews. There's a making of Cyborg with new interviews with the director. There is actors Deborah Richter and Vincent Klein, and I believe they had the director of photography in it, and they had the editor as well in those interviews. And it ran, oh, I had it down, what it was. I can't remember. Okay, don't quote me on it. It's either 29 minutes long or 39 minutes long. I think it might be 29 minutes long, so sorry about that. But still, it's really fun because they go through the history of like Masters of the Universe and Spider-Man Fallout, leading into like working on the movie, how you can kind of tell that Jean Claude Van Damme comes off as an arrogant person. He's not interviewed in this because he doesn't do interviews, too expensive. But everyone else is kind of hesitant to say anything bad about him, but they kind of do a little few jabs. That is that one, and then there is a new interviews with the special effects people who worked on, like, say, Terminator, a couple of those films. This is the effects of Cyborg. That one was, oh my god, what was that one? I can't remember again. I think it might have been 11 minutes, maybe. It's not super long, but they do go through some of the effects, which are pretty hilarious looking nowadays, especially the kind of wipe with the cyborg face. It was kind of a mix of practical and stop motion with a little bit of digital blur. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been digital blur, but because not really digital back then, but it was like they did apply some blur to it. I can't remember how they said they did it. So there was that. There was the theatrical trailer. There is a new audio commentary with the director, which doesn't really go into scene-specific information. It's more so just discussing how the movie was made, how Jean Claude Van Damme was like hired, what he did to get the role. That's definitely they go more into that with the included extended interviews with the extended interviews with the director, which was originally shot on what was it? That was it Electric? It's that Hollywood one, the Australian one, Electric. Was it Electric Boogaloo or something? I can't remember. Anyways, those extended interviews with the director, and there's an extended interview with. He is not. I can't remember his name. Anyways, it's one of the guys that works with Canon Films. It's more so focuses on Canon information than actually just specific to Cyborg, but still really interesting. That was like over an hour of just the two guys talking about Canon, the history, the demise, working on Cyborg, working on different films, Sylvester Stallone, working with Jean Claude Van Damme. To get back to the audio commentary, like I said, it's not scene specific, but it does. He does give you a lot of information that may be regurgitated from the other special features, but still cool to listen to. I made it about 55 minutes into it before I fell asleep. What can I say? I'm getting old, okay? Excuse me. Anyways, and then there's theatrical trailer and then a still gallery. That's it. That is Scream Factory Cyborg release. There is a slipcover. Boo, boo, boo. And then there is a reverse sleeve, of course, of the original theatrical poster. Pretty cool. So yeah, even though the history of Cyborg is all over the place and you didn't think it would be that big, they only shot it like at $500,000 to make the movie, so it's considered a low-budget film. I think it's one of Jean Claude Van Damme's best films, and you can quote me on that. And I think you definitely need to go out and buy this. It looks amazing, sounds amazing, it has a lot of new special features. So definitely buy the Scream Factory Cyborg release, and if you don't, I'm gonna come after you. Yes, I am. Hopefully I can do the eye effect. If not, this is just going to end really weird.